Hazreti Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu teala aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerin aziz pak münevver mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir akıbetleri hayrola. Âli azvâc-ı tahirat evlad Resul-i Ashab-ı Gücün Efendilerimizin Seyyid-i Azam ve Resul-i Kerem Hazretlerinin ervah şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal-i Habeşi radıyallahu anh Efendimizin Mihmendar-ı Resul-i Kibriya Eyyub Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Ebu Eyyub Ansari radıyallahu anh Şah Murşidan Şah Hacı Muhammed Bahadır Nakşibendi Bukhari Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi Mevlana İzzeddin Halid Bağdadi Sahibu Zaman Kıbletul İslam Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adil Hakani Sahibu Seyf Şeyh Abdülkerim Kıbrıs Rabbani Kaddesallahu Esrarım Hazratın Ervahi için Hadimul Harmeyn-i Şerifeyni Abu Sultan Selim Han Ebul Fatih el Magazi Fatih Sultan Mehmed Han ve Serdar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan Firdevs-i Aşen Hazratın Ervahını ve avni inayetine Ala husus bu caminin bayinesi bu bugüne kadar işesinin gelmiş geçmiş İmam Muazzin Kayyum cemaatinin ve kafe ehli min ervahi için Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnna Allah ve melâiketuhu yusallûne alen nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne âmenû sallu aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya alas-salam. Hayya alas-salam. Hayya alel-felah. Hayya alel-felah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
La ilahe illallah ve la şerike leh. Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammed Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmedullah Teala ve nastağfir eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Ve eşhedü enne seyyidina Mevlana Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve ashabi tabi khulafe rahşidin mehadin min ba'di. وزي أمتي على التحقيق خصوصا منهم على الأميت خلفاء رسول الله على التحقيق أمر المؤمنين حضرة أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعلى باقي أصحاب التابعين رضوان عليهم أجمعين. يا أيها المؤمنون الحاضرون اتقوا الله تعالى وإن الله حمى الذين ذكروا الذين هم محسنون. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises are due to Allah, the Lord of the universes, who addresses His Habib ﷺ in the Holy Quran, saying, truly, we have inspired you, as we inspired Nuh and the prophets after him, as we inspired Ibrahim and Ismail and Ishaq and Yaqub and the tribes, and Isa and Ayub, and Yunus and Harun and Sulaiman, and we have given the Zabur to Daud. And we have sent some messengers we have already told you about, and some other messengers we did not tell you about. And Allah spoke directly to Musa. Messengers of good news and warning, in order that mankind might have no argument against Allah after the messengers. Allah is almighty, all-wise. But Allah Himself testifies concerning that which He has revealed unto you. In His knowledge, He has revealed it. And the angels also testify. And Allah is sufficient as witness. Truly those who disbelieve and hinder others from the way of Allah, they verily have wandered far away. Truly those who disbelieve and deal in wrong, Allah will never forgive them. neither will He guide them into a tariqah, into a way other than the tariqah of Jahannam, wherein they will live forever. And that is ever easy for Allah. O mankind, the messenger has come unto you with the truth from your Lord. Therefore believe, it is better for you. But if you disbelieve, then still truly unto Allah belongs whatsoever is in the heavens and the earth. Allah is ever all-knowing, all-wise. Sadaqallah al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon Sayyidina Muhammad, Rasulina Muhammad, Nabina Muhammad, Shafiina Muhammad, Habibina Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. May all peace and blessings be upon the Padishahs of the Alams who said, mihrabs, pulpits of gold will be arranged for the prophets and they will sit on them. But my pulpit will remain empty because I will not sit on it. But I shall stand humbly before my Lord, fearing that I may be sent into paradise while my ummah remains behind me. I shall then pray, O my Lord, my ummah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will proclaim, Ya Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, what is your wish regarding what I should do with your ummah? I shall say, O my Lord, settle their accounts quickly. So I will continue to intercede until I get letters securing the release of those who had already been sent to hell, to Jahannam, to the extent that Malik, the guardian of Jahannam, will exclaim, Ya Muhammad, you have not left even a bit of the Lord's anger amongst your ummah. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. May peace and blessings be upon him, and upon his noble family, and upon his noble companions, especially upon the Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the guardians of the inheritance of prophethood, the Hajagan of the Naqshbandi way. May peace and blessings be upon the sultans of justice, the padishahs of mercy, the hunkars of Haybat and Jalal, the blessed Osmanlis. May Allah love those who love them. May Allah curse those who hate them. May Allah hasten the return of their rights to them. Ameen, inshallah. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, welcome to you on this holy day of Jummah, the first Jummah of the beautiful, the blessed, the holy month of Ramazan. Merhaba ya shahri Ramazan, merhaba. Merhaba ya shahri Ghufran, merhaba. Merhaba ya shahri Siyam, merhaba. O believers, it is a month for us to return to Allah. Don't waste these days and nights. We're already in the 7th day. Stay awake, be aware, and run to collect the harvest of this month before it is too late. We have to change. Otherwise, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, many people who fast get nothing from it except hunger and thirst. And many people who pray at night get nothing from it except tiredness. This is not a month to be alone. This is a month to be in Jama'at with those whom Allah loves. Hazrat Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu is reporting that Rasulullah ﷺ said, whoever seeks the company of awliya and learned people during the month of Ramazan will receive the reward for the prayers of a whole year for every step towards such a Jamaat. And on the day of judgment, he will stand together with me before the throne of mercy. And whoever prays all the prayers of this month in Jamaat, for every rakat, Allah will grant him a city in paradise with unimaginable delights. Whoever makes his parents pleased with him in Ramazan, Allah Almighty's gaze of mercy rests upon him, and I am his guarantor. He will enter paradise. So this is a month of Jamaat, and specifically it is a month of being in the company of the awliya Allah. Because what are the awliya Allah doing in their Jamaats? What are they teaching us to do in the month of Ramazan. Our Shaykh, Sahibul Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kibrisi Rabbani, Qaddasallah Sir, is saying, the month of Ramazan, the month of Ramazan, the month of fasting, the month of giving zakat, the month of giving charity, the month of sharing, the month of getting together and to enjoy the prayers, the month of getting together to eat the rizq of Allah together, preparing different dishes and to eat together. This is the month. This month in reality is forcing us to live like that and to be able to carry the other months also the same way. And then when people become familiar to each other and they start loving and respecting each other, then you cannot find problems anymore. The problems will go away. And if one has a problem, the other one has a solution. And if that one does not have the solution, then another one has the solution. This is not something extra. This is the essence. This is the soul of Islam. This is Islam that Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ brought, that began in Mecca and blossomed into a rose garden in Medina. And it is this Islam, the Islam of sharing, the Islam of helping others, the Islam of bringing people together, that the sheikhs who are guiding the murids on the path of the Sahabis, that they are trying to teach. We must know something about our Holy Prophet ﷺ. If we are ignorant about him, we will be ignorant about our sheikh. We must know our Holy Prophet ﷺ, because to know him is to love him. In one long hadith, Hazrat Hassan ibn Ali radiallahu an asked his uncle, Hazrat Hind Abi Hala, the physical description of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Then Hazrat Hassan radiallahu an is saying, I hid what I learned from my uncle, from my brother Hussein, for a while. Then I spoke to him and found out he had already beaten me to asking questions about the description of our grandfather. He had asked our father, Hazrat Ali, about how the Holy Prophet ﷺ behaved at home and outside, about his majlis and about his features. He had not left anything out. Then Hazrat Hussein said, I asked my father about how the Holy Prophet ﷺ was at home. Hazrat Ali said, Karamallahu wajhah, it was allowed for him to enter his house for his own rest. When he went home, he divided his time into 3 parts. 1 part for Allah, 1 part for his family, and 1 part for himself. And the part for himself he divided again between fulfilling the needs of the people and himself. He used the time more for the common people than for the elite. He did not keep anything for himself if they needed it. Some people needed 1 thing, some needed 2, and some had many needs. He concerned himself with them and kept them busy doing things that were good for them and the community. He always asked about them and what was happening to them. He used to say, those who are here should tell those who are not here about what I'm saying, and you should let me know about what is needed by people who cannot reach to me. On the day of judgment, Allah will make firm the feet of a person who conveys to a sultan the need of someone who cannot convey it himself. This is all that he would want. This is all that he would want to talk about. And he would only accept this from the people. Then Hazrat Ali mentioned the hadith of Hazrat Sufyan ibn Waki. They entered as seekers and only departed after having tasted, leaving as guides. Then Hazrat Hussein asked his father about how the Holy Prophet ﷺ behaved outside the house. And Hazrat Ali karamallahu wajhah said, Rasulullah ﷺ held his tongue, except regarding what concerned people. He brought people together and did not split them. He honored the nobles of every group of people and appointed them over their people. He was careful about people and on his guard against them. But he did that without turning his face away from them or being rude. He asked about his companions, and he asked how people, and he asked people how other people were. He praised what was good and encouraged it, and disliked what was ugly and foul and discouraged it. He took a balanced course without making changes. He was not negligent, fearing that people would become negligent or tired. He was always ready and prepared for anything. He did not neglect a right, nor did he let his debts reach the point where others had to help him. The best and most preferred people in his eyes were those who had good advice for everyone. Those he looked at as the highest and the best were those who supported and served and carried the burdens of others and helped people. Then Hazrat Hussein asked Hazrat Ali about the majlis of Rasulullah ﷺ and how he behaved in it. Hazrat Ali said, Holy Prophet ﷺ did not sit or stand without making zikr. He did not have a specific place for sitting, but wherever he sat, the people gathered there. He gave everyone who sat with him his share, so that nobody who sat with him thought anyone was more honored than himself. If anyone sat with him or stood near him to ask something, he dealt with that person until the person turned away. When someone asked him for something he needed, he either left with it or with some comforting words. He had the kindness and best behavior of all people, being like a father to them. They were all equal in terms of their rights to him. His majlis was one of compassion, modesty, patience, and trust. Voices will not raise. And people's faults and shortcomings were not made public or exposed. The people in the majlis were attached to each other by fear of Allah, and they were humble. They respected the old and showed mercy to the young. They helped those with needs and showed mercy to strangers. This is just some portion of the hadith of Sayyidina Hussein and Sayyidina Ali. A heart that is alive is going to beat faster when it hears this hadith. And yes, his hand will go to his heart and he will give the highest salat and salam to that Prophet, who is Rahmatul lil Alameen. So when we hear this description, what are we hearing being described? Isn't this the majlis of our Shaykh? Isn't this the sohbat of the Dargah? How can the jama'at of the Shaykh be anything else when he is an inheritor of that Holy Prophet ﷺ? And what is the core of this hadith? It is saying that the Holy Prophet ﷺ spent his time finding out the needs of others and helping them and loving them. And what is Hazrat Ali saying? The person that the Holy Prophet ﷺ gave the most value to was the person who would help others and serve the ummah the most. And Holy Prophet ﷺ gave an order saying, whoever cannot reach to me, you must bring their needs to me. So now, where are we in all of this, in this month of sharing? Are we finding out what people need and running to them? To know the needs of others, a person first has to know them. He has to mix with them. He has to love them. Are we living like that? Are we running to help others and to serve the ummah? Are we bringing the message of those who cannot reach to the Dargah, to the Shaykh? Or are we being selfish? This is the time. This is the month to check ourselves, because in this month, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us every condition for us to be able to live like this. The Shaykh is already living like this. The Shaykh is already dividing his time and spending his life according to the sunnah of the Rasulullah alayhi wasallam. Yes, our Shaykh was doing this. So now we have to make ourselves to also be a part of that. Yes, we have to make ourselves to be a part of that body, so we know what is happening to the rest of that body and feel the pain if it is in pain. Otherwise, yes, we are going to be alone and lonely in this life and next life, because that dark loneliness is the result of selfishness. And nothing in this entire creation can stand to be alone, because only Allah is alone. Our Shaykh is speaking to us, teaching us, warning us, saying, you became selfish, not caring for anyone. Your heart is not bothering you. It is not hurting you. When I remind you with something, you come so quickly trying to protect yourself, saying, I did this and I did that. But the Shaykh knows what you did and what you didn't do. He's just giving you some ideas. Maybe you'll become better human, not the animal. No, the animals are the ones. The animals are the ones who is not sharing. The human, they have to learn how to share. Yes, you didn't know that in the West. And so many who came from the East, you got so used to it like that because in your ego is the same sickness now. So like that, right away. So you like to live selfish life by your own selves. And you want to reach to safety? Think again. Think again one more time. That is not how it's going to happen. Either you're going to learn to live like a Muslim that the Holy Prophet has ordered before the appearances of Mahdi, or you are going out from this world. And if you are going out from this world, that you reach to Mahdi's time, and you are not fitting to that category to be with Mahdi, you can go to any place in paradise, but you will still suffer. You are not going to that time be enjoying your own paradise. That maybe makes you to understand the meaning of Mahdi alayhi salam. The meaning of Mahdi alayhi salam, yes, you only want to turn that side to know that side. The world is going to be a paradise. Everything that I want is going to happen. Yes, it's going to, but before that, you're going to put under a lot of tests. You are so heedless, so much ghaflat. The heedlessness makes big, thick layers right in front of your eyes. You cannot see nothing. Ghaflat is only making you to see dark, because the ghaflat is making you to see yourself only, self-centered, me, and only me, nothing else. Sahib al-Saif speaks the truth. We have to come out of this in this month of Ramazan. We need to come out of this. We are, inshallah, following the way of our Shaykh, who is following his Shaykh, going back through the Naqshbandi golden chain. And this way is the way of the Sahaba. The Pir of our Tariqat, Shahin Naqshbandi Qadasullah Sir, is saying about his training in this way. I was ordered to help the needy and to serve the weak, and to motivate the heart of the broken-hearted. I was ordered to keep humbleness and humility and tolerance. I kept these orders, and I spent many days of my life in that manner. Then I was ordered to take care of animals, to cure their sicknesses, to clean their wounds, and to assist them in finding their food. I kept on that way until I reached the state that when I saw an animal in the street, I would stop and make way for it. This is the way of our Pir. This is the way of our Shaykh. He is our guide. O believers, this is the month of Ramazan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making it easy in this month. Yes, we must fast. Yes, we must pray. Yes, we must make more zikr. But if we do all that, and if at the end of Ramazan our heart has not become more open to the Jama'at, our heart has not gathered and sent more love and caring to the Jama'at, our hand has not become more open to share, and our eyes have not become more open to see what is hurting people and how we can help them, then we may be from those who only became hungry and tired during Ramazan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that. At this first Jummah of Ramazan, we are asking with the dua of Sultan al-Awliya, Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil Haqqani Qadasullah Sir, saying, Ya Rabbi, you made us among the nation of your beloved. May we be a loyal nation. May we guard His way. May we keep His sunnah. Ya Rabbi, we are weak. Make us strong so that we walk on the way of your beloved. You loved Him. Make us to love Him too, Ya Rabbi. You showed His way. Show that way to us too, Ya Rabbi. Send us servants who will show it. My Allah, you loved, we love too. How beautiful. You loved, we love too. Allah Zul Jalal didn't love anything else, only His beloved. He called Him my beloved. You loved Him, make us love Him too. Ya Rabbi, make it easy for us to walk on His way. Give us that honor too. O our Allah. Amin. Fatiha. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Lazim al-azim. La ilaha illallah. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا ظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبح قدوس ربنا رب سبح قدوس ربنا رب إن دين الله الإسلام
محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب عندك وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد